Man, that looks good. What a birthday present. She's a little warm right now. We got it cooking a little bit, as I just put some wood on it and stoked it back up. So she's a little hot right now. But got a little bit of Boston butt pork barbecue, whatever you want to call it, on the grill, on the smoker. And here with my buddy Jeff. Can't really see him.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Y'all know him. He's the one that owns the 543 XP. He's a business partner here, but as many of y'all know, Bellhopper's done kind of made that clear. Today is my birthday, and we're celebrating. We're doing a little bit different video today. I figured we'd come on here and say hey and see how everybody's doing. Hope everybody's doing well. I know I've picked up a few more subscribers in the last couple hours from Bellhoppers. If y'all are over here from Bellhoppers channel, thank you and welcome. I want you to meet Roscoe. He's distracted right now. This is Jeff's dog. He's a good boy. Sometimes he's a pain in the butt sometimes, but he's a good boy.
Sit. Sit. That's right. You behave for people on YouTube. Hey, buddy.
Roscoe says hey.
He says hello.
Roscoe says
He's
hey.
my baby. Yep.
Roscoe says hey, everybody. We got a few good drinks going on here, courtesy of my 21st birthday. Jeff's got a few things he wants to show y'all, so we're gonna walk out here to the building and show y'all a few of Jeff's toys. See, Jeff was a steel man recently, and me and Jeff met actually several years ago over chainsaws. I've met a lot of people over chainsaws, guys. Chainsaws bring a lot of people together. I've met Buckin over chainsaws. I've met Jeff over chainsaws. I've met Bellhopper over chainsaws. I've met a lot of great people, and I've met a lot of you guys over chainsaws. And I hope to meet a lot more of you someday. But
you guys can see,
we're gonna get you flipped around here.
But these are my saws, and they're not as impressive as Andrew's saws, but I'm working on it. So you gotta bear with me. Here's my newest edition, my 42, which Andrew found for me.
He wanted it, and I could have had the chance. I could have never said anything. Could have been mean and never said anything to him, and I could have went and got it. But
yeah, but he loved me.
He's my one of my best friends. So
I'm very happy to have it. It runs very well. It's got a little fuel leak that we've got to address. Got to work out. But here's my 372, which I got from Andrew as well. I love it, of course. It's a 372. What's not to love? And here's my 55, which I also got from Andrew as well.
Oh,
it's a great running saw. I use it a good bit when I can. And then, of course, back there in the back is my 543, which you guys have seen several times.
The latest video was of the 543. This 55 here that I built, I was actually planning on selling it. It's got a, it's a pretty cool build. This was a simple build. This is actually before I started porting saws. But it's got a Meteor piston in it, a base gasket delete, and a nice little muffler mod to keep it from melting the chain brake flag. As you can see, we moved the exhaust up.
It runs really well.
Runs real well, but this right here is one of his favorites now. He's been wanting one of these for a long time. The only little flaw it's got is that crack right there. We just put a new fuel line in it today. I recommended steel fuel line, but also you can get Oregon black fuel line to put in.
It's better than the green.
It's better than Tygon. I like Tygon a lot. We use Tygon a lot, but it's better than Tygon because it lasts a lot longer than Tygon does. So if you're not familiar with that, then you can get either Oregon or go to your local steel dealer if you have one and get you some of that steel line to put in them.
You can get it. And also, Andrew, you can show them our other stuff too. I mean, I don't know how interested they'd be in it, but
Jeff's
you know,
BR400 he loves.
it's
I introduced him to those. There's one of my BR600s. Because we do, I don't know if you guys know it. Some of you may not. We do lawn care most of the time. But we do landscaping and we do a little bit of tree work too. So we got all kinds of stuff going on here. We got a steel hedge trimmer that runs, but it's still in the process of being worked on. We got an old vintage Echo.
and
hedge trimmer.
I'm gonna get a fuel tank grommet for it.
We're gonna have it running before long. And all the weed eaters, the FS90 right there is mine. The FS94, which is right there, is Jeff's. And I introduced them to him because, as you all know, Jeff is, he's got CP, so cerebral palsy, if you don't know what that is. And so he has to, it's best for him to have stuff as light as he can possibly get it. So that right there, he likes steel weed eaters. We all like steel weed eaters. Even though we run Husky chainsaws, we like steel weed eaters. We also have a couple Huskies. This one right here, this is Jeff's that I gave to him. He's just got it fixed and running. He put new fuel lines, grommets, and all that in it. That one there is mine. They're both, by the way, they're both 323s. That's a FS.
They're very light.
They're very light,
lightweight.
very lightweight. That right there is a FS94R, which is also a great weed eater. And that is a FS110 power head, but we installed an edger on it.
I
Because
actually bought that from a pawn shop that you recommended.
Yeah, I did. That was a FS100RX. Sorry, I said 110, but it's still a 110 power head. It's still 30 cc. I think 30 cc's. Don't quote me on that. I think it's 30 cc's.
If I remember right.
But they're strong weed eater. So is the FS90R. Both great
It had
weed eaters.
a weed eater head on it originally, and we needed a better edger because our edger power head is over here on the table.
Yeah, the original edger.
Andrews.
The original edger power head's over here. The motor still runs, but
it needed.
it had a little bit of.
A lot of work.
It had a little bit of carb trouble. The motor actually still runs.
And so I bought this weed eater, and I said, well, why don't we put the edger, the edger head and everything on this motor?
Oh, and for those that wonder what kind of oil that I run, this is what I run. For those that want to know, I know you all the time ask me and Bellhopper both what we run. This is what I run. Bellhopper runs Pennzoil. This is a semi-synthetic, as you can see.
And I've always ran steel oil until I met Andrew, and Andrew showed me the Lucas, and since then I've ran it, and I'm super, super happy with it, and I don't think I'll ever change it, because it's, it works well. So.
It does. It really does. We've got this also, but we don't really use it. This was some stuff that Jeff had. And as you can see, I used to run Steel HP Ultra as well. This was good oil. But it got to where it was being a little bit expensive, and I got tired of paying, almost $15 for a 6-pack of this. So I decided to find something a little bit better. And for spark plugs, for spark plugs, if anybody's wondering what kind of spark plugs to run, NGKs are my favorite. Bellhopper's favorite too. He runs NGKs. The BPMR, let's see if we can get it focused here. The BPMR, let's see if it'll focus. Hang on. It's not wanting to focus. Anyway, the part number is BPMR 7A. There it goes. It finally focused. BPMR 7A. This will fit most chainsaws and most weed eaters, unless you have something new that runs a 5/8 size plug. These are all 3/4 size plugs, and they'll fit most everything that's two-stroke, small engine related, like from hedge trimmers to chainsaws, any of that kind of thing. I know y'all been asking me about. A lot of people ask about that kind of stuff, and that's what that's what I run personally. I'm not saying that that's what you should run, but that's, you know, I'm not really giving my opinion. That's just what I run.
Yeah,
And,
it's just personal preference.
My personal preference. And I use a ratio right, nothing special. It's just got your mix ratios from 1 gallon to all the way to 2.5 gallons. And we mix our fuels for all of our newer equipment, from our Steels to our Huskies. We mix them at 44 to 1. I know Buck and Billy Ray runs his at 44 to 1. But any of my vintage saws, I run 32 to 1 in all my vintage saws, like from my McCulloughs to my old Polands, and some of my others too. I run 32 to 1 in them, just because I want them to last, you know.
And just a little more oil.
A lot of them, it don't hurt. A little extra oil don't hurt, but a lot of them they don't mind the extra oil. But a lot of this new stuff, like these 4-mix engines, like this FS90R right here, and some of these others, they don't really like a lot of extra oil. They do, but they weren't really designed to run extra oil like that. So 44 to 1 is kind of a happy medium. They all like it, and they'll all run on it with no issues. I've never had an engine failure due to that, and I even run 44 to 1 in my ported 372 and my ported 357. No problems there.
That's what I run in the 543. And
His 543 is ported, as you all know. You've seen that video. If you haven't already, get over there and check that video out if you're new here. I think you'll really like it.
And I was thinking, Andrew, maybe one day I would do a video where I would explain, you know, the CP thing a little more. And maybe if you guys want to ask me anything about that and how I do certain things.
Yeah, because as you can see,
you know,
Jeff's,
you know, I kind of, well, you can't really tell unless I'm moving. But, you know, if you've got anything you want to ask me, maybe I can help you with. I'm always open to that. I don't care what the question is. I'm not, you know, I won't get upset. I won't get mad. You know, anything I can do to help.
I'm all the time. Jeff and Bellhopper are two of my best friends, and you know, I try to help everybody when I can, because that's what it's all about. It's helping people. But you know, Jeff, he not everything's the same for him. You know, he has to do things a little bit different than most people because of his disability. But he don't let it get him down. You know.
No, I try not to.
He always tries to find the positives in things, and I try to help him with that.
As a matter of fact, if you look at my weed eater there, I just had to put a new end cap on it, because when I run a weed eater, guys, I run it, you know, I run it on the ground, and so I have to replace my head about every year. But you know, that's just part of it. I mean, that's just how I do it. And but if anybody has anything to ask, I'd be more than willing to help
Jeff,
any way I can.
I'm trying to get him to jump in the comments. He's not camera shy anymore. He's getting where he's getting more used to being on the camera. You know, it's being on the camera is a little different. It takes some getting used to. But yeah, he's Jeff. I help him out a lot with different things. I try to help him with his chainsaw techniques, and I've been teaching him how to work on them too, because he likes working on them. And you know, we got a lot of the same interest. We both like four-wheelers and
maybe one day I'll have to show him that. I haven't showed Andrew yet either. He's still begging me to ride it, but I've got something you guys have probably never seen, a lot of you, that you would enjoy. I'll just say that. We won't say anymore.
Yeah, we'll leave that as a little teaser. But let's put it this way: we love our two-strokes, both big and small. So we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, it's two-strokes are just great, guys. They really are. Y'all know that. That's why you're on here watching. I don't have to tell you that. But yeah, we just wanted to come on here and say hey and make a little video and give y'all something to comment on, check out, and you know, because it's my birthday and all. Everybody wanted to say happy birthday, and some of yous already have, some of you ain't. But I appreciate all the birthday wishes. And Roscoe says hey again. He wants to say hey. But yeah, we just want to pop on here and say hey, and hope everybody has a great weekend. Thank you.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good weekend.
You have a good weekend. Over and out.